Good morning, guys. Good morning. Let me see if I'm coming online here. Let me see if I'm on board here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me see if I am live just yet. I'm trying to come on board. Are we broadcasting? Am I broadcasting? Okay. Oh, okay. Finally, a little bit of a delay. I finally see myself. Hi, guys. Hi. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing really, really well. Give me a hi in chat. I want to see everybody say hello to me. Tell me where you guys are from. Where is everybody coming back from me from? Somebody coming in from Germany. That's nice. Guten Tag. And Philippines. Hi. Everything is good. You guys seeing me? I see myself on video. Hopefully, am I frozen here? I hope I'm not. No, I'm moving around. I am. I just look like I'm frozen. Okay. Sorry for the lighting. Obviously, I'm broadcasting from the bunker here. I'm actually in a very, very tiny little high-rise building in UK, but obviously not my setup. So lighting is horrible. So forgive me for I look like I'm out of a crypt. South Africa, nice to see you. It's Dallas, India. Okay. Hey, was that Ova? I think I responded to your email. Thank you for the email. Vancouver. Oh my God, John, you are up early, my friend. Look at you, 6:17. You ready to go, huh? A lot of people from India, a lot of people from Nigeria. Hi, guys. Hope everybody's coming in. How's everybody doing today? Everybody having a good day? I had actually a very decent day after I left you guys yesterday. Remember, I think I left you at around 300. I took it now to almost to 400 and literally trading micro lots, just micro lots, $10, $20 trades. Because, I told you, I'm on the road. There's no reason for me to get large with risk because I'm not really watching the chart all the time. I'm basically kind of trading in between, doing a little bit of vacation with my family. So, God, I'm sorry. I sound really, really stuffy today too. I wasn't that way this morning. Just, I guess, yeah, no problem. Okay, sorry guys. I'm trying to wake up. So today is going to be a really good session because I'm going to talk to you about the basic 3 simple rules that I've been using all throughout my vacation. I've really, really simplified this process into effectively creating an incredibly consistent trading strategy that constantly, takes me towards my target. As you guys know, while I was on vacation just last week when I was in Vienna and then in Prague, I took 2 accounts and funded them both. And now I have another $50,000 worth of funding in addition to all the other accounts that I have funded. I'm going to try and get this one funded. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this funded this week because I'm really trading very, very light. But when I come back to New York next week, we're definitely going to try to close up this account, get that one funded. And then starting next week or starting into September, I think that'll be good. We'll starting with September. We'll trade with just funded money. So you guys can follow the journey of, funded accounts, how I trade those, and towards a payout, because I think you guys get the idea that whether you're trading funded or you're trying to trade evaluation, this approach of scalping very, very precise with trend entries works really, really well. So I'm going to let everybody come into the room here. Oh, man. Hang on a second. Let me just, sorry, I see, just bear with me a second. I just want to see what's going on over here. How many people are in the room here? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Everybody's back. My YouTube feed was a little bit behind because I'm working two laptops, my wife's laptop and my trading laptop. So I'm talking to you on my wife's laptop, trading my trading laptop. I just wanted to make sure that everybody was in the room. I see a lot of people in the room, so it's good. Everybody's here in the room. Everybody's here for the strategy. So I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to reveal to you step by step the very, very simple strategy that I've been using, and then we're going to try to put it to use across all the instruments. Some of you will get the setups as we go. Just a quick reminder, we have a 10 o'clock piece of news that's very big. We have a revision of the non-farm payrolls for the last 6 months. Probably not a big deal, but it could be a big deal. So we definitely want to be trading very small in front of it, see how it goes, and then obviously react to it. One of the cool things we're going to see is kind of why don't I trade in TradingView directly versus trading in Trade-of-8? Sorry, by TV, do you mean TradingView or Trade-of-8? Please spell it out because I want to make sure I answer your question accurately. Hey, Bolivia, holy cow. Mario, welcome. All right, what other exotic places are you guys coming to me from? Is anybody coming from the most exotic place of all, which is New Jersey? Screen is very clear, my friend. If you're not seeing the screen at all, it's because it's something on your end. If you mean that the screen is small, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm doing it on a laptop. The indicator does not work in Trade-of-8. It's a TradingView indicator. So I got to switch around from TradingView to Trade-of-8. Yes. Everybody's saying to me everything is good. No, the screen is good. I see it on the other screen. Everything is fine. So if you're having any kind of technical issues, it's on your end, not on mine. Florida, that's a very, very unique place. Any other exotic places in the world you guys are coming to me from? Anyways, so I was saying, we have the payrolls. Payroll revisions are going to be very careful in front of that. Tread lightly. We'll see how that plays out. But in the meantime, I'm going to lay out the strategy because it could not be more simple. It literally is one of the simplest ways to consistently make money. And actually, I was watching a video yesterday, Lex Friedman podcast, and I think the guy's name is Anthony Bustamante. He's an ex-CIA operative, right? I think his name is Bustamante. I'm not sure. I mean, you probably have seen him. He's got this really, really huge curly hair. He's been on a lot of podcasts. The interesting, he's fascinating because he talks a lot about different things about spycraft and all of his experiences across the world. But none of that was interesting to me. What was really fascinating is he said when they talked about how they train spies and what is most important, he said the single hardest thing in life is consistency. And I thought about that. It really resonated with me because I realized that the single hardest thing in trading, as we all know, because I do this every single day with you guys live, is consistency. This is this is our El Dorado. This is our nirvana. This is what we're seeking for. It's not a strategy. It's the consistency that we're all seeking. So what's cool about this, I think this approach, this setup is as close as I've ever been able to get to consistency because it's super simple, but I think very, very, very intuitive. So let's take a look at exactly what it entails. Number one, first of all, I'm going to just start from the beginning so that there's absolutely, I know I assume a lot of things because many people have been trading me forever, so they know all the details, but I'm going to start with every single detail. Number one, we are trading the 1 minute chart. As you can see, that's the beginning. That's the foundational thing. We're trading super, super small time frames because we're looking for short bursts of momentum. We're trading a continuity trade. We're always, in other words, if the price is up, we think it's going higher. If the price is down, we think it's going lower. That's the bottom line of what we're doing is trend trading, but on a scalp basis. This means that we're trading very, very small risk, relatively small and small reward, and trying to put all those small rewards together into a P&L that funds our account. Now, the setup that I have is, again, I said, very, very intuitive. We are trading on a 1 minute chart, the 8-period simple moving average. Simple moving average, not even EMA, not SVMA, nothing complicated, just a simple moving average. We don't need to do anything complicated. And the idea is we need to be above it to take longs. We need to be below it to take shorts. But the way we do it is step one is the price of the asset up on the day. This is NASDAQ futures. They're up 19 basis points, 0.19%. Check. So all we're going to do now is look for long-only trades. If the price falls below the 8-period SMA, we're not interested unless the asset goes red. That's number one. Number one, give me a yes. Give me a yes if you understand that step. It's the most important step. You can't go long if the asset is red. You can't go short if the asset is green. That's number one, right? Give me a yes. That's step one of the 3-step setup. All right, cool. All right, so John understands it, and the 100 of you who are sitting in the room with me do not. I want to see some more yeses. Let's go. Okay, that's number one. Number two, what we're looking for as our trigger point is we want to see one of these labels appear, the buy labels. So we obviously, if it's, I'm just giving you a long example. When we have a short example, I'm only going to put the sell label. So we want to see the momentum label show up. Now, this label is basically telling you that the slope of the SMA, the rate of change, has increased enough to confirm to us that there is an uptrend in the making, right? So we have the slope in the making, right? And then that's step two. And then step three is a very, very simple step. Then all we're looking for is we're above the 8-period SMA. Oops, just want to make sure I don't drop my coffee here. Above the 8-period SMA, we're looking for price to travel above it, then have a red candle, a corrective candle that does not, this is very, very important, does not fall below the 8-period SMA. So what does that mean to us? It means that the sellers have come in to take a little bit of profit, but it's so little profit, they couldn't even bring the price down below the 8 SMA, right? So that's number one. And then we're looking for the final step three piece. The buyers come in and take the price higher on the next candle. And if we get a red-green candle above the 8-period SMA, we're going long. We're going long. And then there are different stops and targets for each asset. So, for example, for NASDAQ, it's a 10-point stop, 10-point target, 20-point stop, or 40-80 on ticks if you're trading in futures. For the S&P, it's a 2-point target, 4-point stop, or 8-16 on ticks. And for the Dow, it's 10-point target, 20-point stop, 10-20 on ticks. Dow ticks are the same, okay? I'm not trading gold. Gold is possible to trade on this thing, but I'm not trading gold for a whole bunch of reasons. It really requires, in my opinion, its own trading account. This is, I think, a really important point that I only realized while I was traveling on my vacation. You do not mix assets, right? The general principles of trading are the same, but the very particular behavior of an asset is very unique. Gold is a bitch to trade. It is really, really hard to trade unless all you do is trade gold. There are guys in my room that have funded like not just one or two, but have funded like 3 different prop firm accounts just trading gold because they are expert at seeing when that asset begins to trend and when that asset, begins to counter trend. So does the number brackets? No, the number brackets just tells you yes, it does. It tells you the size of slope, and if it's 4 or greater, if the rate of change is 4 or greater, then it generates a label, right? It generates a buy label or a sell label on the other side. That's correct. So the reason I don't trade gold is because my strength is trading equities. And also, within equities, I like to trade the S&P the most, the ES, but I'm also happy to trade NASDAQ and Dow. And I just realized that if I'm mixing and matching assets, it becomes just a nightmare. So when I come back, I'll create a separate account for gold, and we'll have maybe special gold sessions, and we'll just trade that. But again, I think it's really, really important. This is something nobody tells you because this is something you only discover when you're trading for real. So we're 9:30. We're starting to open up the for trade. I'm just watching markets. It's very likely we're not going to have any kind of a trade action until 10 o'clock. So we might just be very, very comfortable. Just watching the price action. I'll go through the charts with you. We'll take a look at stuff. I'll take your questions. But today I really, really wanted to expand on the 1, 2, 3 step process. What's cool about this, and where this really, really comes in as just a money machine, in my opinion, is once you get that that trend signal, right? The ability then to kind of trade more than once within a trend slice. I call this like a trend movement, a trend slice. Really presents itself. So, here's a good example. You have a trend signal, you have a red candle over here, or let's start with this one. You have a first trend signal, you have a red candle over here. This is the first retrace movement. You can buy this candle over here at 38. You're looking for 48. Boom, you're done, right? Now you get another red candle over here. I'll get this big. Now you get a red candle over here. You take the next one over here at 45. Boom, 55. You're done, right? So you can keep doing this kind of movement 2 or 3 times. Now, the third one here is not going to work because now you have a peak movement over here at 62, right? If you bought this, you would have gotten stopped out at 42, which is fine. And then then you can just wait for the next trade here at 48. You are not going to quite make the 58 on this move. And I won't necessarily trade any of this. I would trade basically from 8 o'clock to about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then I would just wait. But the advantage also of trading very small is that I can double my size if I get stopped out, I can double my size and basically wash away my losses on the next trade. And even if that doesn't work, I can actually triple my size and wash away my losses on the next one because I'm trading so small. So as long as I stick to the actual setup, which is I want to be above trend, I want to have the signals, I'm very confident I can resolve all these trades. And you can see most of the time I'm resolving all those trades on the first attempt as I go. But what's really, really lucrative and where you basically can just within an hour or two make $300, $400, $500 because on larger size accounts is when you're hitting that trend slice. That trend slice, where everything dovetails, everything is up. Prices are above moving averages, and you're just buying the reds, buying the greens, buying the greens, buying the greens. You're 10, 10, 10, 10. I've had 4 or 5 consecutive winners sometimes. If you're doing, for example, the large NASDAQ, that's $200 per win. You have 4 of those in a row. That's $800 in less than an hour. I've done that all the time. And it puts you either into a funding situation very quickly, or if you're trading the real account, if you're trading the funded account, it generates $400 or $500 for you in tradable profits right away. So a super easy test. Somebody's asking, can I trade crypto with this? And the answer is I have zero idea. I just kind of wanted to tell you. So the principles I think are very solid. Maybe on crypto, you'd have to go for the 5-minute. You'd have to change your stops and targets. I don't know. I've never looked at crypto as a trade. How do you access the signal in the yellow box? How do you get the signal? So Kathy is gonna come in and she's gonna post up all. I can't post up any of the links to sign up to our thing. If you go into the actual comments of if you go into the description of the live feed, like if you go underneath the video, all of the sign up links are there. If you want to get the trading view indicator to help you trade, which is what everybody in my room is using, just simply sign up. There's a discount link. You can sign up for 1 month and you can be part of our group, and you get the indicator right away from me. It's all done. I constantly work on improving it, so all the improvements, everything else comes naturally to you. But the first question I have for you guys, and give me a no if you don't understand it. I'm going to assume you understand. Give me a yes quickly if you understand it. But I want to know, does anybody not understand the 3 simple steps I just showed you, which is you need to have positive open. For a long trade, you need to be up on the day. You need to be up above the moving average. You need to have that retrace resumption mechanics after you get the trade signals, and then then you're good to go. Like right now, we're doing nothing. Like right now, I am happy to do absolutely nothing because why? There is a contradiction between what the price is doing and where we stand on the day, right? We are still net positive on the day, but the price is selling off. And yeah, if you wanted to be super aggressive and super advanced in this, and you kind of wanted to maybe play a cowboy, you could wait. So, I could play this game with you just, for fun, but this is a much more advanced setup that is not you don't need to do this in order to be consistently profitable. You don't need to try to force trades, which is what I'm about to do probably just because, I'm bored and I have nothing else to do, where you're going to trade against the trend. So this is a weak trade in my opinion. So in other words, you could say, if I get a red candle, if this candle stays green, right, and the next candle is red, I'm going to sell this. This candle closes red, I'm going to sell it. That may work, but it's a weak trade. And the reason why it's a weak trade is because the overall tone of the market is still up, right? The overall tone of the market is still up, and you basically want to be just trading the overall tone. What the hell was the Runyon? Damon Runyon was like a character, I believe, like in the early 20th century. And guys, is the screen clear? I want to know if the screen is clear because it's clear to me. I see the charts. I see everything, right? So please confirm to me that I'm not the only one that's seeing the clear screen, because if there's a problem, I want to know about it. If it's not a problem, then it's just a person's yes or no. Clear, just type in clear or not clear in the comments. Clear? It's not clear. What's not clear? I'm trying to understand. What are you not seeing? Okay, so now I'm getting like everybody says it's perfect, and some of these people are saying no. So if the screen is not clear to you, it's your internet connection. There's nothing I can do. But don't worry. First of all, don't worry. This is recorded. You can always watch it for 1,000 times on demand, and it will be super clear when it's recorded because it's recorded in nice and clear format. So if there's technical difficulties, you can watch this 1,000 times over, okay? That's why I put it up for free. That's why it's on our channel. Just subscribe to the channel and trade out. And by the way, guys, please, if you really enjoy the content, all I'm asking you to do is ask any friend to come join me. I love sharing this information, but I'd love to have more people come join us and really get a flavor and feel of prop trading. Because if you trade with Apex, if you are able to get, if you're able to just learn how to do this, there are so many people in my room now that are trading with 3, 4, 5, even $1 million of funded money that is not theirs. Just think about the power of being able to trade $1 million account of not your own money. Even if you make $1,000 on that $1 million, that's $1,000 you would have never made before without taking any personal risk, right? Aside from just taking the account. So I'd love to have more people learn this. I love this part of the business. This is like my favorite new thing that's ever happened in trading. So bring more people into the room. I'd love to have more people come in here. Can I use the signal on Trader? No. So Ninja will probably make a Ninja indicator because Apex has Ninja Trader. So I'll probably have Ninja Trader. We'll probably have one of my guys create a Ninja Trader version of the indicator. Yes, but not a Thinkorswim. So it will be coming, and if you're part of my room, I'll be sure to give it to you. My resolution is 480 or 720. I am doing a big resolution. Really? I can't change this midstream, my friend. I don't know how to do the resolution midstream. So I can't do it. We'll have to, you guys will just have to watch it on replay if it's not clear to you. But it's it's really clear to me, and I'm sitting here on freaking Vodafone, internet connection, 2 laptops, and I totally see everything that that I'm showing. Yeah. Anyways, so what's going on over here? S&P, the only one that I kind of missed the trade on the S&P a little bit here. I should have probably taken this, although this was not a fully kosher trade. Let me show you why it's not a fully kosher trade. You see how this red candle came below the SMA? I want it to be kind of levitating a little bit above it. So I'm going to just wait very carefully here. We get a red candle, green candle here, right above the SMA. That's going to be a signal for us. NASDAQ is starting to break out a little bit higher above it. Dow is below, so Dow is not a trade. One of the great things about looking at this, by the way, super fast to filter out what's a trade, what's not a trade, what's a setup, what's not a setup. Here's my buddy Kathy. She's putting all the discounts over here in the chat room, so that's where the discounts are, right? Okay. So yeah, and guys, when I get back to New York, I'll be at 1080 DP because I have like ultra fast, FiOS internet with double connectivity and everything else. The point here isn't how clear the screen is; it's how much money you can make trading the setup, right? That's really the point. All right, so here we go. S&P, give me a little potential setup. If this red doesn't break below the moving average, that's step number one. And if the next one is going to be agreement, if the next one is going to break below moving average, we're out. No trades. We're going to stay patient, right? 11 seconds to go. Blah 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 blah. Let's see what it goes. 6, 7 seconds. 5, 4 seconds. So step one, we're green. Step two, we're red. Step three, we got to be green. Step three, number three, if we get to be green, we play. If we get to be red, we don't play. Now, it can be red in the middle of the candle. The candle could be falling, and then, within the last 10 seconds, we have a big rally. We'll take it. The key thing isn't how we start, it's how we finish. Like everything else in life, it isn't how you start, it's how you finish that matters. So 38 seconds left now, looks like a busted trade, right? And the great thing about this setup isn't that it gives you winning signals. The great thing about this setup is that it keeps you out of stupid losing signals, which is what I really love about it more than anything else. It doesn't, you don't do dumb stuff like, oh, it's red, maybe it'll bounce, I'll buy it underneath here. You don't do prayer trades, the worst kind of trades in my opinion. NASDAQ also kind of busting. What you're really seeing here, and this makes perfect sense. I said there's going to be no opportunities before 10 o'clock because the market is just twiddling its thumbs. We're all just basically, whistling in the wind right now, waiting for the data. It's only once the data comes out that you're going to be able to get the directionality that we want. And until we get directionality, we have no trades. This whole setup is based upon one principle only: directionality, right? So while we sit in our hands, do nothing until that happens. So now we're basically, what we're doing is, one of the cool things about the setup, as you can see, is we're just trading up and down around the moving average. There's nothing going on here, right? What we like to do is have a big move up here, then consolidate a little bit, and then continue on the moving average. Just walk the moving average. It's like walking the plank. That's what we like to see as a classic trade. Same way to the downside. Yesterday, end of the day, the markets actually got negative. I sold midday. I don't know if you guys were around. That was like really actually late at night for me in London. It was a lot of fun. I made as much money on the shorts as I did on the longs. It was really, really cool. But today, we're just, we're twiddling our thumbs. While we're twiddling our thumbs, I have a question for you guys. I'm kind of tempted to do this. I think I'm going to have, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah. My family is going to Harry Potter land. Guess who's not going to be going with them? So that opens up the afternoon for me in London. So usually we don't trade on Thursdays, but I'm kind of tempted to want to trade, which would like 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock New York, which would be, is that 1500? Yeah, 1500 to 1600, 3 to 4 p.m. London time. Are you guys down for it? If you guys are down for it, I'll make a new live after this. I'll add an extra live, and we can trade a little bit, because in my opinion, going to be the optimal hour. When I get back to New York at the beginning of September, when we're ready to to roll for the fall season, we're probably going to change our trading time. Because you see, the beginning of the day, we're just dicking around. I can talk till I'm blue in the face, but there's like almost no opportunities to make money until about 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is when things start to happen. So Leo is the only one saying yes. Until I get 10 yeses, I'm not doing it. So Karen, number 2. All right, let's see if you guys are going to be playing with me. All right, so far I only got 2 yeses. I want to see more yeses. Come on, guys. I'll be happy to go. Oh yes. Yoko is in London. Randy is in London. Randy, where are you? Are you in Florida? Ama's yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Super. So unless the boss changes plans, I will not be going to Harry Potter Land, and I will hang out with you. Oh, Vancouver. Right. That's right. Yeah. My son is in Vancouver. So I've been in that city 1,000 times. Okay. So we're kind of setting up here. I don't, I'm watching this trade, 43 seconds left. Are we going to stay red, green here? Are we going to stay, we're going to get red? No, it looks like we're starting. Well, it's actually good. I'm just kind of watching this price action. We're starting to extend a little bit higher, right? Maybe the market is just doing nothing. It's noise right now, but maybe worthwhile for us to trade this if it sets up, because at least it's a setup. The other important point I want to make is, which is kind of unsaid but very much implied. Obviously, this works best in the most liquid hours. Continuity by itself, like if you think about it, the concept of continuity, it's the most people running in the same direction, right? It's like the running of the bulls. Has anybody ever seen the running of the bulls in Spain? Where they have like thousands of people, mad dashing against the bulls, right? It's a lot more exciting and a lot more kind of predictive that a lot more people are going to run when there's a big crowd. If it's just one guy and 1,000 bulls, it's not that interesting, right? And also, it's not very clear that he's really going to be running. He's probably pretty much going to just stop and walk away, right? So think about the idea of trading trend as kind of the idea of running of the bulls. You want to do it during festival time, and festival time is basically U.S. market open and U.S. market close. You don't want to be doing it in the middle of the night in Asia session when there's like one guy in the square. So that's very important to kind of understand that continuity trade thrives best in an active environment. And sometimes, like right now, obviously it's August, it's kind of quiet. You can tell, very little activity going on here. We're not seeing those 1% days. I mean, we love 1% days. We love anything above 0.5% days, because if it's more up more than 0.5% or down more than 0.5%, that means we have lots of continuity. We have 4, 5, 6, 7 winnable trades in a matter of hours under that conditions. But when we're dicking around at like 25%, 25 basis points up or down, it's like watching paint dry. So yeah. Well, next time I'm in Vancouver, which will probably be a while, John, I will let you know. But yeah, Chilliwack. Oh yeah. Now my son lives in Nelson, like right downtown. Yes, I'm passing on a trip to Harry Potter Land. All of you little geeks, I am not a Harry Potter. Although my daughter is just absolutely in love with it. So so does my wife. So they actually went to see not one, but both of the Harry Potter shows in West End the other day, which made me very happy because it gave me free time to day trade. So, everybody has their hobbies, right? So again, guys, about 10 more minutes before we get any kind of price action. It's literally almost at this point, even if we get a signal, we're not going to trade it because it's just a waste. Because you see what's going on here. It's like a patient on a in a coma, right? I mean, the price action is kind of dead as hell. Not even, I'm just watching even over here. This price action is not even that good. Maybe, if we can fool around with YM, just a tiny. I mean, the only reason I would do this is just because it's such a small trade. I really don't care. But YM, so this is the Dow, right? If you look at the Dow over here, the red stays above the moving average. We're still up to the day. We have a green candle. It's about 27 seconds left. We'll play around with it. We'll play around with it and see if we can, maybe make a trade out of it. But it's got to stay green. It's the other thing is the candle's not even staying green. So like nothing really going on here. 12 seconds left. I'm really not gonna. Let me see the YM. Here's the YM. 4 seconds left. It goes red. Not even a trade. Not even a trade. Not even worth my time. So no trades. Nothing going on. As I tell you, the best thing about this setup is it keeps me out of stupid trades. There's two ways to make money. You take good trades, and the second way is you avoid stupid ones. I have been a master of taking stupid trades. Nobody's taken more stupid trades in their lifetime than I have. And one of the things I really love about the setup is the older you get, a little bit wiser, you stop taking stupid trades. So this would have been a stupid trade. And I'm just, glad I didn't take it. Have a signal in the S&P right now. So watching that a little bit carefully, but it's just the budding of a trend. I want to see it get up, get red, get green, go up there. But honestly, none of this means anything because we can drop 100 points in the next 9 minutes off the news. So at this point, I'm going to do what I would call best behavior or proper trading behavior, which is stop. Don't even if you have a setup, don't trade it. You're 5 minutes away from the news. Don't be an idiot. My whole path with you guys this fall is going to be less of an idiot. That's really going to be the mantra of our trading. NQ is still green. If you look at this, as long as these numbers are green, it's all green, right? Because this is telling you numbers on the day. Are we up or down on the day, right? So none of this has turned red. Therefore, we got nothing to do. We're just chilling. Or we're only looking for the longs. We're only looking for green trades. The news is, let's go to the news. I'll show you the news. There's a revision from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Let me, right here. The BLS preliminary annual payrolls revision. It's as exciting as it sounds, but what that basically means in plain English is they're going to take the last 6 months of their estimated amount of labor, estimated amount of jobs that they thought they had, and they're going to adjust them for all the statistical and all of the because remember they recalibrate the data, they resample it, and they're going to try to make a much more accurate assessment of just how many jobs there are. Now, almost always there is they kind of overestimate and they come back and they say, oh no, it wasn't 2 million jobs, it was like 1 million jobs. But the worry in the market here is that if it's a seriously downward revision, like a really big downward revision, that shows the economy is kind of slowing down. Now, actually, the thing about this is if it's a really bad number, it's probably a good number for the market, because what that's going to do is that it's going to convince everybody in the market, oh, the Fed is for sure going to cut in September, right? Yes, prop firms request not to trade during the news. That's actually a good point, and it's another reason why we should be trading. Apex is really, really lax about this. They're not, they don't really make it an orthodox rule. As long as you don't load up the truck and just take a gamble on a trade, because they're not gonna, if you loaded up a truck and took a gamble on a trade, they're not going to honor that bullshit. But they, as long as you're taking a reasonable size in front of a news, they're not going to be upset about it. But it's just a stupid idea to do. So that's the question. Are we going into a recession? If we have a massive, revision downward, people are going to start talking about it. If we have a if basically the numbers are pretty good, the market's probably going to shrug it off. So we got, what time do we have now? What time is it? We got 5 minutes. So we got 5 minutes. We'll come back to the screen in a little bit. Might as well just watch the markets a little bit here. But you see how flat we are ahead of it. Yeah, it's not. I mean, I don't know about Forex Factory hasn't done it. I use, just in case you guys want to know, I really like these guys, Financial Juice, as a kind of a poor man's Bloomberg, in a sense that they have all the key data on the left, and it comes in pretty fast. I mean, if you're a news trader, it's probably not fast enough for you. There's other stuff that you can do, but if you're like a position, like a scalp trader, like I am, where I really don't care about being right to the second. These guys are usually within 1 or 2 seconds of the release. They have a nice little feed over here, and they have some other products. Now, I think they have like I actually paid for a lifetime license, which was like $99, and I have this for life. So I like it because it's, like I said, it's a poor man's Bloomberg for much less money, and it does it more than enough for what I need as far as news. They're very comprehensive. They cover all the G7. So if you're trading FX, there's all the FX news. There's U.S. news. You see, services PMI, all that stuff is going to be there. And then on top of that, by the way, we also have the FOMC meeting notes today at 2:00. That's going to be interesting because it's going to be interesting to see if they really debated a rate cut earlier. Somebody's asking me a good question. Was it Primus? Primus asking me, so what happened? Let's say you passed the test, right? You got funded. Is there any additional fees? So one of the things I really love about Apex, and this is what's so cool, is almost everybody else in the business has continuous addition. So you funded the account and they still charge you, desk fees or some other bullshit fees or monthly fees or whatever like that. Apex is like this really good deal. They say you can pay like a monthly fee, to just maintain your funded account, or you can just pay one-time fee and you never get charged again. And it's $150. And for a couple of accounts, they have like a special deal where I believe for a $250,000 account, it was only like a $50 fee or a $29 fee, like some really, really cheap amount of money. But the bottom line is you just pay it once. And then, if you're good, if you're consistent, you can, every single month you could get paid out for perpetuity if you're good at keeping that account, and you never have anything else. Like everything else that comes out of that account is pure P&L. You just get full P&L payout on everything that you make. So that's another great reason why I like trading with them, because there's no hidden bullshit behind all this stuff that some of the other traders, some of the other prop firms stick you with. So hopefully that answers your question. What time are we on? It's 57. Still got a couple more minutes. So I'm just watching this a little bit. It'd be, honestly, it's almost fun not to watch the news, but to watch the price reaction, because you can almost guess what the news is. Although I don't know. There's no anticipation of what I would say million up, million down is the over under on this thing. So if we go a million, a revision downward a million, that's going to be a pretty negative piece of news. Other than that, I think everybody is in the dark as much as anybody else in terms of what the news is. So here it is. You see the other cool thing about it, what I like is they have a countdown clock here within 2 minutes, which tells you, hey, within 90 seconds or 80 seconds, you have news coming, so you can kind of just watch it. Any more questions you guys have? Are you trading micro or mini contracts for the prop trading? Any advantage to trading more micros than minis? Great question, Doug. And let's watch the. Well, we've got a minute, so I guess we can talk a little bit about this. So no, you know what? I'll hold off because that's actually a long discussion of sizing is a really interesting question, and it's really a very personal choice. But there's lots of. We'll have a little time, and I'll talk to you about all the various possibilities of how you should size your account, depending what kind of account you trade, and why, for example, I trade small accounts and other people like to trade big accounts. It all has a lot of it has to do with personality and how you trade. Oops, I just knocked something over. Okay, 25 seconds left. Let's see what they got. Let's watch the news. Let's see if it's a tempest in a tea storm, or if it's a tempest in a tea storm, right? That's the expression. Tempest in a teapot. Tempest in a teapot. right? Not a tea store. 10% a teapot, right? I need to know my Shakespeare. All right, so where we go? What's going on here? No release. Release looks like a little. Trying to see where the news is. It's like not posting yet, huh? Let me see if I can refresh this and if it's doing anything. No post. That's interesting. How come? What's going on over here? Today's stock me. Maybe they're late. 10 o'clock, right? It's 10 o'clock in New York. Maybe they're late on the news. Wow, that's interesting. What's going on in the market? Kind of pop. I don't know why they haven't printed it. Oh, here it is. No, they haven't printed it. I thought that's oil inventories. What's going on over here? The other site that I really like, my guys at Forex Live, my old buddies, they generally do a really good job. No revisions. Wow. I'm just watching to see if anybody's posting the news. Nobody's posting anything on the news. No action on this. That's weird. Keep refreshing this. Nothing going on here. All right. I guess we'll have to wait. For some reason, they haven't released the data at 10 o'clock. Huh. Oh. Yeah, BLS is late. There's no data. I keep flipping between the two web pages to see what's going on. You see, equities are just doing nothing. They're kind of just like waiting. It's weird. Trying to see if there's anything on Twitter. Nothing. Wow, that is so unusual. What time is it? Like it's 10:03, right? They're really unrealistic. Wow. All right. Well, we will wait. Trying to see what's on nothing interesting on my feed. So if assume we don't have, we didn't have any news, this would be sort of a legitimate setup for us. Let's try it. I mean, it's a tiny little trade, so might as well just trade. Let me see if I can buy a bid here. Looks like we're moving up. Can I get bid? It's kind of moving away from me. All right, I'm going to exit this out because it's just like it's just really not clear. I really like to know if we actually have news or don't have news. Wow. I just keep you keep watching me refresh this because I'm waiting to see what the news sites are reporting, but nobody's reporting anything. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. You see how it says on the time 10 o'clock, And there's, they had a countdown and they just had nothing. Okay, now all the conspiracy theories are going to come out, right? Oh, they're holding off the news because it's probably bad for the Democrats or whatever. It always cracks me up. Trying to see breaking news. Top. Estimates was 360 to 1 million. This equates to 80,000 loss per month. See, this is all like, old stuff. Nobody's posting anything on here. He says he believes this is the revisions report. Okay, he just kind of posted up here. It's not clear what any of this means. What the hell did they publish? They just published something that was just so. Honestly, I don't know, guys. This is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen, where it's totally not clear. Okay, well, let's just focus on trying to find some good trades here. 10 o'clock. Let's just try to trade the technicals and see where things go. By the way, you see how the Dow has really, really weakened. The Dow is effectively 0 to negative. Dow is basically negative, in my opinion. So now we can look for short sales on sell side on the Dow. So we can change our labels to red labels only, and look for any red sales on the Dow. As a matter of fact, like right now, it's deeply, deeply oversold. So if it comes back up to a green candle and then a red candle, the green candle, as long as the green candle doesn't touch the moving average, it's going to give us a very decent potential short here on the Dow. So Dow reacting most negative of all the instruments so far. So here we go. So here's let's go to the Dow. Okay. So Dow is actually, you see how the Dow is green, red. Now we got 52 seconds. We just have to wait patiently for this candle to finish. Now, by the way, Dow is hitting session lows. This is the session low red candle. So we got 40 seconds. This is the hardest part of just simply waiting for this candle to complete to make sure you actually do have a red candle. So I'm going to just wait for this a little bit more. You can see, we got 18, 19 seconds. It really has got to stay. It's not really staying as red as I want it to. It's actually turning green. So I really want it to stay red through this. Okay, 4 or 5 seconds. We're pretty red. I'm going to sell ask, see if I can get into this trade. I'm short here at 44. My target is going to be 34. My stop will be 54. Oh, no, 64? 44. So, yeah, sorry. Stop is going to be 64. The target will be 34. Okay? And we can take a look at this on the ladder. Here I am. So I'm a little bit out of the money right now. We'll see if it retraces. Now, this was if I get stopped out on this, it's perfectly fine because this wasn't a bad trade. Although we'll see. Maybe we make it. Where am I? Oh, wait. Hold on. Exit. What's going on? Was this? Oh, sorry. Okay, that was my fault. I'm sorry, guys. This actually would have totally made the trade. I had the wrong settings over here. I had the, just bear with me a second here. I want to make sure I have the right settings. Profit, stop loss. That's what it should have been. I should have been on this. I had the wrong settings on the S&P, on the Dow. So if you see, I sold 44s, right? And it went down. We can see this much easier on this. I sold 44s over here, and it went all the way down to 26, right? And actually what was happening is it was looking for 24 because it was looking for plus 20 instead of plus 10. This is the reason, by the way, we trade plus 10, not plus 20. And it would have been, a perfect setup here. So that's fine. The Dow is working. If we get another green red, I'll short the Dow again. The Dow is the clearest trade. But this was clearly, obviously, a clear trade to the downside. In the meantime, NASDAQ and S&P continue to perform better. They perform higher. So we still have potential upside trades here. But we needed to get up above the moving averages for us to even look at trades. So NASDAQ is now a little bit above the moving average. Now I'd need to see a red-green combo. If I have that, then I'll go long NASDAQ. Meantime, here's the Dow. So Dow is 47 seconds left. Maybe it'll stay green here, and if it generates another red, we'll do another red short. But this little combo over here, this was the trade, and this was a trade that I took. It was a nice clean trade. So, do we have any news on the BLS? No, nobody's got any BLS news here, right? I don't know what's going on with Forex Live. All right, we'll just leave that alone. I really don't know what happened today. Today's news looks like a complete mess. In the meantime. So we're watching, here's the Dow, right? As long as this green doesn't close above the moving average, it could potentially give us a trade. In the meantime, both the S&P and the NASDAQ are performing better. So now let's watch them. So here's NASDAQ, red arrow. But the red arrow kind of already breaches the moving average. So no trades for us. Too much selling to the downside. Same thing, I think, with the S&P here. Same thing with the S&P. They're just starting to break down to the downside. Really looks like the Dow is leading everything to the downside here. Let's watch the Dow for a little bit. 4 or 5 seconds left. Here's a green candle. So now it gets very important. Now, if we have a next green candle, then setup is invalidated. We don't do anything. If this candle closes red by the end of its duration, that's going to be a good signal for us. For right now, no, it seems to be rallying. It seems like nobody really has any clue as to where what the data was or what the direction is. So watching the NAS. NAS is 16 seconds to the close. This red candle stays above the moving average, and we get a green candle after that. No, it doesn't. Everybody's just we're all just putzing around, and the S&P really gets very negative fast. You see how when it breaks the moving average, it's kind of like a gash, like a wound to the bulls, and it really invalidates your confidence in going higher, right? Oh, sorry. Here's the YM. Okay, let's get short the YM. Sell ask. Let's see if I can get in there. Did I get in there? No, I just missed it. And it got really okay. Well, sorry. You see how I was talking? I'm sorry. I was talking and I just missed the trade. I should have been in this trade. You see it? Look how it just creates massive downside movement, right? That would have been another great trade for us. But it's fine. I mean, there's literally 1,000 trades like this every single day. The most important part for me is to show you the setup. You see how this green red boom collapse would have been just a golden trade. I just was a little bit late in trying to get myself out to sell at the ask. Just missed the trade. And if you miss it, don't chase it. There's no point in chasing it, right? And now we're really accelerate to the downside. I wonder if the news finally came out. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on here. Finally. Oh, not out yet. 10:14. All right. Yeah, this is really bad. This is really, really, really bad. It's bad not because it's just bad business. You can't be the government and say you're going to do something at 10 and then release it at 10:14. It's just fucking DMV behavior. So we're just, that's what's going on. We're just, it did come out. So then why is nobody posting? I didn't see your link, Stephen. And if it did come out, why are these guys saying it didn't? I mean, I'm pretty much, and I don't see anything on Forex Live. Like I don't see anything going on here. The news websites that are supposed to produce data are just not here. Are not showing anything. It looks like it got very, very negative, man. We just totally sold off really, really hard. So it must have been some bad news. Okay, let's try one more time. We have a green candle, right? This is what I talk about in terms of, can we get a couple of these trades? So we have a green candle, 14 seconds left. We're gonna let that candle complete, and then we'll look for next red candle to see if we get continuity to the downside. Stephen, if it would be really useful if you have the actual data to just post how much did they lose, how much did they revise, because I don't have any of the links here. It's clearly not working for us. So again, you're seeing session lows at 487. This is kind of, my only reservation is that sometimes if you try to sell the session lows, you kind of sell the bottoms. But it's, if we get a red candle here, I will trade it. If we get a second green candle, obviously that invalidates the setup, and we have to wait patiently and see if we get another red candle coming in. Let's see where we stand here. 16, 17 seconds. What's also more interesting to me is this going to turn negative? No, this is keeping itself positive still for the day. So we really don't have any negative trades here. Dow goes positive. So maybe the revisions were positive. Who knows? We'll have to see. Sorry for all this confusion, but I'm just relying on the news sites, and they clearly aren't posting anything. Very unusual. So I have this set to red labels, but remember the S&P is still positive, so I'm ignoring any of the red labels that if they do show up on the chart. In the meantime, Dow now turns fully green, so there's no trades on the Dow. And it's, again, a good example of how not being stupid. I didn't take a trade that would have been a loser because my setup did not allow me to take a trade, right? It's watching this. Recovered the 8 SMA in the S&P. Seems to be trading. So sorry, 1 million decline, 1 million up. Stephen? And was it maybe that's, this is maybe what I was saying is that if there was a million decline, let me see if Twitter is doing anything. Okay, so they posted on Twitter. Downward revised by 450,000, and they were looking for 1 million. So this is a little bit worse little bit worse based on obviously the versus initially reported. Oh, that's a lot actually. Really? But okay, no. The thing is, look at this. Nobody seems to know what the hell is going on here, right? Eyes on non-farm payrolls, base market revisions. Report shows 197 against 29. I mean, it's a pretty significant decline, but I guess this is what I was talking about. That the market, if it's a big decline, the market is only going to get bullish because they will see that as a complete confidence that the Fed is going to cut in September. Anyways, we are up on the up on the S&P, looking for a red on the S&P, followed by a green. Looking for a red on Nasdaq, followed by a green. Here's a Nasdaq showing us a little bit of red. But it's 45 seconds left, so there's plenty of time for it to come back. But prices seem to have kind of like dipped and recovered. Market seems to be a little bit, broken up. In the meantime, those of you guys looking at the chat, Kathy just posted a couple of really good links. One is obviously the 71% discount to Apex. The other one that's really interesting is to our new sponsor, Gelber Group, which is a original prop firm, a prop firm that actually pays its prop traders, and they're running something really interesting. They're running a contest where you can participate in that contest. They're giving away, I think, $35,000 worth of prizes, and if you do well in the contest, they will actually interview you for a job on their desk. So if you're at all interested in trading becoming a career for you, or just for fun, just kind of entering the contest for fun, really hit that breakout link, because the contest, I think, is a really good entry. I don't know if there's a fee attached with it or not. I don't think there's even a fee, but regardless, it's going to be minimal relative to the potential upside you have here. So think about that. Please take a look at it. It's the breakout link right over there. I'm watching in the meantime the S&P, which is fooling around with red, green, red, green, red, green. 18, 19 seconds. Still not step one or step two of my process. So I'm doing nothing. Okay, so this is interesting. So Nasdaq is actually step two of our process, meaning that we have a couple of reds, and all of these reds are hanging above the 8-period moving average. As long as they're hanging above the 8-period moving average, I'm comfortable keeping my long posture. Now, what I need to do to get long is for these things for the candle to rally. I need the buyers to come in, show me they want to rally the trade. If the buyers don't come in, there's no trade over here. So we got 39 seconds left in Nasdaq. The S&P is actually showing us a setup if, again, the candle stays green. So we might as well have fun with the S&P. Here's the S&P. And if this candle turns green, I'm a buyer. If the candle stays red, there's no setup for me. Okay. Let me take a look at the NQ also. Now NQ is just really red. So S&P is my best choice here. 6-7 seconds left, still red. So there's not much of a trade here. No trades. But we're still above the moving average. So we're going to give it one more chance. If the next candle is green, excuse me. If this candle holds green, I'll trade it. I'll trade this candle. So 45 seconds left, 40 seconds left. I don't really get interested in the candle until about 5 seconds to go because, remember, they can really change their tone. NASDAQ is giving up its 8-period moving average. Not much juice over there. I doubt the S&P is going to have much juice, but it seems to be doing a little bit better. Actually curious, the Dow has crawled its way back up to positive territory. So the red green now in the Dow would be a trade here. 8-9 seconds in Nasdaq, still staying positive. Let's see if it can hold positive. Oh, almost giving it up, right? All right, let's buy the bid. All right, not a great entry, but I mean not a great looking candle, but sometimes those can work for us. So we're targeting 37 with a 31.50 stop, and it's weakening. And we'll see how it trades out. Meantime, I'm curious to see how Nasdaq is really weak. So it's very likely, it'll be interesting to see if the S&P can hold bid, because Nasdaq is kind of getting itself dragged down. S&P kind of holding bid. It's definitely acting best of all the indices, and I think it may be because the market is convinced that we're going to get the cut in September. That this is weak enough labor data that we get a cut in September. No, I don't trade the engulfing. It's not that you can't trade the engulfing below the 8. It's just that I have it, as I said, it's 3 simple rules. All you want to do is follow the rules. There's no need to create additional rules or additional setups. This will keep you busy enough if you get the trade. So it looks like this one is may not survive the stop. We'll see. It's obviously very weak right now, but it's kind of battling. Where's my MES? All right, I'm 35.50, 37.50 is my target. Buyers are making a valiant stand here. Let's see how it trades out. 16, 17 seconds left. Yeah, it may be. Who's saying? Tommy's saying that market is kind of weak until 11 o'clock. It may very well be that we're not going to get any kind of juice or directionality till 11 o'clock. That could be true. We'll see if this holds up enough to give us some. It's really weak. We'll leave this be. It's a small trade, so we're just gonna let it either wins or loses. I don't really care. I'm just kind of curious to see. It's just a lot of very unclear information on this. Waiting for non-front payrolls. What is going on here? Okay. Oh, I guess everybody's still waiting. So this is a separate report. This is what they're sort of saying. This is a separate report. The U.S. BLS scheduled to publish non-front press 10 a.m. That hasn't updated, but we're watching closely. It's rare to have a hiccup in the release schedule, so it's not clear what's going on. However, a separate report that covers the same timeline was released. The country employment and wage report, it shows 53 million employed and a 1.3 rise year over year. That would be 1.97 million jobs, which is short of the 2.9 million reported by the BLS in the year ending in March. Okay. Did I get done on the trader? Oh, I got filled. Okay, so we got done. In the meantime, my long trade got done while I was watching this. So this is this is actually a good lesson in the clusterfuck that can be trading sometimes. Now, generally, the government is supposed to do what it's supposed to do. It says I'm going to do something. It releases the data. Everybody trades it. Everybody reacts to it. Price action reacts to it. But occasionally, especially on this stuff that's not very, very common, you get the DMV behavior where, like, I don't know what happened to the report. Somebody ate the report. So clearly, this is the confusion: is that there was no real report yet. there was a kind of a secondary county by county report, which actually showed pretty serious decline in revision. So like, originally we're looking at 2.9 million, basically 3 million jobs. And it was basically 1.97 million jobs. So like significantly lower in reality of what the numbers were. That is negative for the economy, but also actually positive for the markets in a sense that the markets may be now very convinced that the Fed is going to cut. But none of this is clear. None of this is guaranteed. So, we did the only thing that we could, which is we took a trade that was within our setup, and it worked. I mean, our job is to take trades, right? And news is only there for fodder. Now, the problem is that much as I would like to continue trading, we're trading right now in the dark. This is like if I was trading really hard, my own account, larger size and everything else, I wouldn't be, just because I don't know what the fuck is going on, because nobody's releasing the data properly. So you can't really react. Like there's no point of walking into something that would be a guaranteed stop just because you were on the wrong side of the information, right? It's always much better. To wait for the news to be released and then see how the price action plays out to try to trade the price action. But if we were living in a bubble, we didn't know that there was a release. These are all setups for us, modest setups for us. At least this was a setup for us. This was the trade that we took, this green candle. We had a little bit of adverse price action, and then it came back up, and then we got the stuff done. So that's all she wrote. It wasn't really a clear day today, but whatever it was, we stick to our plans. We didn't sell the lows in the Dow like idiots. We took the longs in the S&P only when it gave us a signal. We could have shorted the Dow when it gave us a signal over here. I just simply was late to the game, but we could have shorted the Dow right over here at a perfect signal. And we did take it, on the short over here. So there was 3 trades here today, according to my signals. All three of them, if executed properly, got done. And you could have. This is what I mean about consistency. It wasn't a pretty day in a sense that we had lots of opportunities and there was lots of reaction to the news. We're all in a fog because we're all waiting for the piece of news that hasn't come out yet. But even within that, just reading the price action, this is why I love the setup. Just reading the price action kept us on the right side of the trend while everybody else was stumbling in the darkness. So I hope you guys really like that part of it. Now tomorrow, since everybody wants me to come back and trade, and I have a little time, I'm definitely going to do this with you guys, and that'll be a lot of fun. And we'll definitely get clarity, because by that time, hopefully the report will be released. We'll have a clear idea of where the market is going to try to position itself. I think the market is grossly overbought. I think we're going to have some corrective moves, but it doesn't matter what I think. I'm going to let the setup tell me. If the market is going to be sold, it's going to show reds, and I'm going to start to sell reds. If the market continues to go up, even though my opinion is different, I'm going to be buying greens. So regardless of how it was, what I love about it is the setup was there, right? The setup was there every step of the way, and that's the cool part. And here's the cool part, by the way: when the stuff is released, what do we got? Like 10:30, maybe by 11 o'clock. There is still a full day worth of trading. Like if you're trading this, I guarantee you there'll be opportunities. And you'll be able to take advantage of those opportunities and hit them. In the meantime, as weak as this was, I'm above at 400, right? I'm $1,000 away basically from getting another account funded, and ready to go with literally no heat. There was no heat today. I did not have any heat, meaning that I didn't get badly damaged by any stops or took unreasonable size or anything else. So that's as good as it gets, as far as trading goes. I hope you guys liked it. I'm happy to answer a few questions. If you guys want to, hit a few questions with me, go right ahead. We will, happy to answer them right now. Be sure to hit all the links. Definitely get into Apex. Definitely do the breakout with me. And definitely tell all your friends. Okay, definitely tell all your friends to come in and trade with us, because we're going to be able to do this over and over and over and over again. I'll do this every single day for the rest of the year, for the rest of my life. And the money is going to take care of itself, as you see. So everybody's good. Any questions? I'm going to give it like another minute for questions, and then we'll sign off. But the most important part is you see the power of the setup. It's just clean, simple. Like I said, 3 simple rules to keep you on the right side of the trade. That's really what it's all about. Now we're just twiddling our thumbs. But anyways, thank you guys. I'm glad you liked it. Live trading is always ugly. You always see the underbelly of everything, and I actually like that. You get to see confusion. You get to see reaction. You get to see what the fuck is going on, which is like the general state of perplexity for most trading, and that's much more real than saying, "Oh, look at me! Here's a chart I picked from 1999, and I bought it from here and I sold it here." Nothing I love more than YouTube gurus trading the past. I too can be 100% winner in the past. I'm trying to be 100% winner in the future. So on the Dow at 1013. Okay, Gordon, what are you asking me? Let's go to the Dow 1013. 1013, 10, 11, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 13. 10, 12. Yeah, this one, totally legitimate. That was a totally legitimate trade. I missed that trade. Remember, I was fucking around with the S&P. I was looking at the S&P, but by the time I looked at the candle, it was too late. I tried to sell ask, and because I tried to sell, I tried to be cute. I tried to sell ask. I missed the ask, and the thing started to fall like a stone. So had I just been prepared a little bit more, like a second before, I would have been right in the money. So this was a perfectly good trade. You could have come in market too. I just try to be sometimes I try to be very cute and try to sell ask by bid because I'm always trying to get the best price. But had you come in market, that would have been easy money. So it was totally good trade. Yes, I see. Finally, the revision is down 800,000. Little wonder they were holding off on this thing. Jesus Christ. This, the politicians are gonna have a field day with this number today, right? So what you see, by the way, the idea of the whole thing: bad news, good markets, is exactly like I said. Bad news, good markets. Everybody's going to be buying now. This actually, we actually, if you guys want me to hang a little bit, we could hang a little bit here because I think there's definitely some opportunities here. So we get a little bit of retrace and we get a continuation. That's going to be it's going to be an interesting trade. But all of this basically is showing you that the market is 100% convinced that the Fed is going to be cutting rates, right? So now we go to green labels all the way. Everybody's green on the day. Everybody's popping, and now we're just looking for retraces, continuations, reds, greens, looking for possible trades. So let's go back to the S&P. Let's see what it's doing. Those of you who took a nice guess on the pop, good for you. But here we go. So I need a red green. So this is just only part 1 of part 2 of my trade play. $35 seconds left. Let's see if this stays red. And we may get another red candle. Remember, get another red candle. There's a lot of room here between here and the moving average. So perfectly okay for it to correct. So I'm going to let it correct a little bit. The key thing, correct, is only, act 1 of the play. You need the second part, which is revive, resume, right? The hero dies and the hero's got to come back to life. We don't get the hero back to life. We're just doing mortuary work. By the way, speaking of plays, drama, and everything else, the coolest thing I've heard, just Google this. I think I've talked about this before, but Google this on TikTok or search for it on TikTok. Shakespeare in a Southern accent, instantaneously understandable and accessible to every American. It's really crazy how if you listen to Shakespeare in a Southern accent, like Hamlet. King Lear, everything becomes totally understandable to everybody. Okay, we got. I'm watching the S&P. I need to see if the S&P is looking green. I got how many seconds? I got 9 seconds left. 7 seconds left. Let's see if this stays green. I'm going to go buy bid. Try to buy bid this. Can I get this? Buy bid. Right underneath it. I don't know if I'm going to get it. Yeah, it's running away from me. I should have bought this market. I should have bought this market for you guys. But again, I just proving again that the principle of the trade definitely works. Okay, I'm just going to exit out. It goes to market. So this would have been another good trade. I try to get cute on the bid, and miss the move. But it goes full target now. There'll be more. There'll be opportunity 10 minutes from now in all of these things. By the way, look at the Nasdaq. I should have done Nasdaq. I just fixing the S&P. Same idea. Red, green, boom, would have been done. If you guys bought it, Tommy Tan just bought it. Tommy, you're in the money, baby. You're like depending on, did you buy the big NQ? You're $200 up in the NQ on the last minute. $200 more dollars. Good for you. Good job. So, good job to everybody. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I hope you're all banking money. I will leave you with this, So there we go. Bad news, good markets. That's how it works. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. I'll be back with you tomorrow. Let's do this tomorrow. Let's see how things stand. Hope you guys really have a great day. We'll see where this takes us. We may be like a 75 basis point, 101% day. Because the market's now going to love the fact that the Fed is going to cut. I'll see you guys later. Thank you again so much. Be sure to get the Apex. Be sure to get the breakout on the prop trading. Otherwise, I'll see everybody tomorrow. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.